These are the problems on 206, and I'm sorry, I might actually end up doing all of 1 through 6 for you. Oh. Please make sure that your name is on here. 301. Choose a function that represents each problem situation. So you're going to have to read words. And then find out which one it goes with. So we had rate. Which one went with rate? Which one of our functions? Linear, quadratic. Okay, good. So it's linear. Which one of these is linear? B, and you can kind of tell because the answer right here says it's B. Okay, the next one. So guests at a craft fair are asked to guess how many beads are in a jar. The jar contains 220 beads. All guess within 10 beads of the correct answer. Win a prize. Which one does this follow case?
It is A.
A, because it is absolute value. I want you to just keep on going through these things on your own, and I'll give you 90 seconds to just read over these other three, make a good guess, and we'll come back and check. So Mario buys a car. Each car loses a sixth of its value. So is it going to lose a sixth of the total value, like of the 25,000 every year? Or is it going to lose like a sixth of what's remaining for its value? A sixth of what's remaining. So which one of these would follow that? C, because what remains is 5/6 of it, right? Bathtub, you guys love bathtub problems, right? Bathtub filled with 50 gallons of water is drained. The water drains at a rate of 5 gallons per minute. Since it said rate, what kind is it?
A.
It's linear, so that means it's A. Good. Rodell throws Rodell throws a football straight up with a speed of 25 feet per second. The acceleration of the ball due to gravity. So we have gravity, and then we also have throw up. So which one is this one?
B.
B. Good. And then pasta companies filling boxes with pasta, 16 ounces, off by a half ounce. Which one?
C.
C. Nice job. Okay, so then this is how this stuff goes. So that we can check what's happening, I'm going to do a little bit of each thing with this lesson, going through the calculator directions. So we're going to go through what's the same for any kind of calculator that you have. So, yeah. Okay, so this is what's the same for all of them. So you'll read the problem and you'll see, like, circle the function that they give you. All of these problems are going to give you a function. So first you circle the problem that they give you, and then you keep on reading to find out what the other thing is. So the fish tank is filled with 20 gallons of water is drained. The water drains at 4 gallons per minute. This is the function. Represents the volume of water in the fish tank as it drains. Graph the function, so they did that. But then we're going to be doing this too. That's going to be our goal, to make our graph look exactly like that. We're going to do that in just a minute. But let's finish reading this problem. How many minutes does it take for half the water? So I want you to circle half the water for it to drain from the tank. So the first thing that we need to do is figure out what y1 is and y2 is. So y1 is just the function that they gave you. So that's going to be 20 minus 4x. And then y2, how much is half of the water? It's going to be 10 because that's half of the 20, right? Now the rest of it, and so we're just going to practice on this one, how to change your window and how to make it, how you can see this. So you need to graph those, and then now we're going to practice the window. After we're done doing the window, we're going to find out where they intersect. We already have the answer on this one, but it's always nice to start with one that you know, and then go into the ones that you don't know. Does this make sense? Okay, so get out your calculators if you don't already have them out. And yeah, so these are the directions for the TI 82, 83, or 84. So first you go to y equals, and you're going to type those two equations in. So 20 minus 4x and 10. Make sure it's an actual minus in between and not like a negative. And then let's just look at this problem here for talking about what the window is. So what is the window here?
10 and 40.
Okay, so the main things that you need for your window, which you don't have to write this down for everyone, but please write it down for this one so that you know what to change. The only things that matter that we change are the x min, x max, y min, and y max. So for those with what they've given us here, we're going to focus on just the x-axis first. So I'm going to cover up the other parts. So if I cover up the other parts, what's my smallest x? 0. What's my biggest x? They didn't label it, but what is it? 10. Okay, so my x min went from 0, x max went from 10. Now my y's, What was my y min? 0. Y max? 20. 18 is the last one they labeled, but it went up to 20, right? So then you need to find your window. So do you see the button window here? Window. And then you're going to change your window, just the ones that we talked about. The other things you can leave alone. What do you have to do with the X skla? Nothing. Just leave it alone. So you're going to change your X min to 0, X max to 10. Don't worry about the skla. Y min to 0, Y max to 20. And then you push graph. And it will graph it. And you'll have both of them on there. Gloria. If it did not graph, a very popular thing that happens if you did not graph, it'll say invalid dimensions. Go to y equals and make sure your plots are turned off.
Which plot?
And they're all off. Make sure they're all off. No plots are on. You push graph. Yes. I think that maybe yours made some funny things. Here's the window. Did you make sure your window looked like that? Okay. If yours did not, bring it up to me and I will help. This is how you find the intersection on the TIs, on the TI 83 and da-da-da-da. So you graphed it. Oh, I did the second. I did not mean to. You graph it. And then, oh, it's having a hard time here. I know, neither can I. Let me see, there we go. Why is this having on the struggle bus? Okay, so here we are on the TI 82, 3, or 4. We're gonna find out where they cross. So you do second, trace. And then we wanna find where they intersect. So what do you think you're gonna push?
Intersect.
5. And then it's gonna ask these questions. So I'm just gonna explain that you don't really have to like think deeply about these questions. The first 2 questions, just push enter for it. Enter, enter. And then when it says guess, move the little cursor so it's closer to where they intersect. So you don't have to be exactly on, just so that little thing. So do you see I moved the arrow over till it was closer? Then you push enter again, and then it gives you the intersection. So 2.510.
Why does it say to guess?
The reason why it says to guess is because sometimes, like on the next problem, there are 2 intersections, and so basically it says which intersection do you want me to actually calculate? Does that make sense? Yeah. These are the calculator directions for the TI 89 for finding where 2 functions graph. So you put the functions in, you made sure to change your window so you could see where they cross, and then we are going to do math. And then 5 for intersection. And then it's going to say first curve, second curve. And then what yours says instead is lower bound. Does yours say lower bound?
Well, so we put value.
No, so you're going to do not value. You're going to do, you go to math. So you're going to push F5 for math. And then intersection, which is 5. And then it'll ask questions. First curve, so you push enter. Second curve, push enter. Lower bound means you need to go somewhere to the left of where it intersects. And then push enter. And then upper bound means you go somewhere to the right of where it is. And push enter. And then it'll calculate it for you. Want me to go through that again? Yes. Okay, so you do F5 for math, right? It says math right there, so you're going to push F5. And you want to find out, please be quiet, where they intersect. You want to find the intersection, so you're going to push 5. It'll say first curve, you push enter. Second curve, push enter. Now it asks this lower bound. That means you need to go to the lower part, or lower than where they intersect. So then you push enter. Do you see this arrow up right here? It's saying it's going to go between, we're going to look for an intersection between this point and that point. So basically it's looking for the intersections between there. So second, 5, enter, enter, lower bound. And then you go to the right of it, saying I want to look between here and here. And then it calculates 2.5. Okay, one more time. So math, intersect. Enter, enter, go to the left of the intersection, enter. Go to the right of the intersection, enter. Got it?